Shalom everyone, Marcus DaCosta here, and I wanted to share with you a parable, a story and a word which I think is going to help some of you out where you are right now in your walk with Messiah and where you may be very shortly. And it all starts off with essentially with a parable which I'll share with you regarding something which has happened to me over the last week or so. And what it is me, my wife and children, but me, probably about a month, 2 months ago, I started sowing some cabbages. So I started sowing them first of all in trays. And to begin with, the first week I sowed probably about 18 seeds, and I put them in trays. I watered them, I gave them some of the compost, and they started to grow and flourish. And as I have been doing, I would go out there and remove any eggs from butterflies and deal with any caterpillars which I found on my cabbages, because they seem to love them. And at a designated time they were ready to go into the ground, and we'd spent like a good period of time digging up the ground, clearing any grass, and really preparing as best we could the ground for our cabbages. And what essentially happened is we put them in the ground. It took us about a good few hours, myself, my wife and my 2 little ones, to do it, and we went about our business. And we had some cabbages last year and we were looking forward to it. Then we came home one day, and what we had discovered is that my chicken, or one of them, I know who it is, or who it was, but one of them essentially dug them all up. So you can see over there they're walking around, they're having a good time, but because of their nature, they're explorers and they're always hungry. They're explorers who are always hungry. So a gang of chickens jumped over the little fence area that they have while we were out not looking, while I was not looking, dug up each and every one of the cabbages and ate them. And sometimes they would just leave the thing on the floor and just go to the next one. So when I came home, actually it was in the morning. I woke up in the morning after coming home and saw all of my cabbage was gone, and I wasn't far from weeping bitterly on the inside. But I thought to myself, no bother, because a week after I'd sown that batch of cabbages, I'd sown another. So probably we lost in a day about 18 cabbages, but I already sown another 24. So after I got over the loss of those cabbages, I transitioned to another batch. And then it started getting wet, it started getting cold, raining all the time, and the care and attention which I gave to the first batch, I didn't really give to the second batch because it was just too cold. And I just thought, it's getting rained on, it's fine. Then I came out this morning. What I had found is what you can see. Maybe you can see, I'm hoping you can see. I don't know if you can see. You might have been able to see is while it was raining and it was cold and I wanted to stay warm on the inside, my cat normally do is I would just spend a bit of time with some masking tape and just get the eggs. Now, I should really have a mesh over them to stop butterflies going on there and laying eggs, and then them eggs turning into caterpillars, but I don't. So because of the rain and the cold and all of that kind of stuff, I wasn't really paying attention to it, and I wasn't around for a few days to look after them. And then I came out this morning, and they were eaten severely. They will all survive. They will all go in the ground, and we'll put a mesh around the cabbages that go aground, and I'll take better care of them. But I thought it was an interesting and had some spiritual applications to it, and I would like to share with you the meaning of the parable, because I like to teach in parables from time to time. And here is the meaning. See, when the seed of the word is sown, and it finds good ground, it can quickly bear forth fruit. You see that it shoots up, and we can rejoice because we know that the seed is good seed. It's reached the ground and it's starting to grow. But what we can sometimes forget is that there is an adversary, there is an enemy who will do everything it can to try and to consume the fruitfulness of that word. And sometimes the adversary will come with a sheath and just, or a pair of scissors, or just cut it straight at the root or at the ground and try and just pluck it up. But there are other times where your fruitfulness can be consumed piece by piece, little by little. So you may have a chicken enemy who will come when you're not looking, and will just come and try and dig it up and fling it all around the place and just eat it in a day. Or you may have an enemy or an adversary who will little by little, piece by piece, hour by hour, day by day, will just nibble away at your fruitfulness. And brothers and sisters, we have to be guarded and mindful of that happening. Essentially, we have been called to show forth the praises of the Most High, and as a result, we have to always be watchful and mindful of what is happening in us. We have to guard that word from the enemy of our soul, from our very own flesh man who would want to choke it, kill it off. So there are times, brothers and sisters, where the chicken who may pluck it up may be the enemy, but it may be you. The caterpillars who may day by day, little by little, may try and eat your fruitfulness away. That may be the enemy, or it may be you. Whatever the case may be, we have to guard our hearts, we have to guard our mind, we have to guard our eyes, we have to guard our ears, and always be watchful and protect the word that has been sown in us, because that is how the Father receives his praise, and we are a people who are to show forth his praises to the Most High. Shalom.